Hi everyone, it's AngelBlade13. Welcome back to my Kingdom Hearts Final Mix walkthrough. As usual, just check our stats quickly. Sora's at level 19, and let's take a quick look in equipment. We got our first new Keyblade, the Jungle King, and we've done everything we can do in this world for now, so we're gonna head back to Traverse Town. So there's no quick way to do this right now, so I'm going to head back through Olympus and then head to Traverse Town. So I'm speeding through that portion just so we can get through the video quicker. So the very first thing I'm gonna do is mail those 2 postcards since I forgot to do them when I was here earlier.
You dumbass!
Next I'm gonna go into the item shop. Since Sora has a new weapon, I'm going to get new weapons for Donald and Goofy. So when choosing a weapon for Donald, you can either choose a staff or a hammer. A staff will increase his magic, a hammer will increase his attack. With Goofy, you can either pick smaller shields for higher strength, or you can pick larger shields, which will make it easier for him to block enemy attacks. I have a bit of a setup for which weapons I'm going to use at which time, but pick whichever one that you feel you need more. Next we'll head back to the alley we landed when we first got to Traverse Town, and we see our first Red Trinity. That leads us to a chest with more puppies. Great. Next, we can go in and check with Sid, see if he has anything to say, or see if you want to buy anything from him. He doesn't have anything new, but the obsidian ring could be helpful. We should be good with the White Fang and Brave Warrior though, to be honest, so I'm gonna stick with what we have. Here we have our first new enemies, the Yellow Operas. They're similar to the Red Nocturnes and Blue Rhapsodies. They will use thunder against you. We don't have the most effective tool of dealing with them at the moment, so you can just stick with regular attacks. And Fire and Blizzard are both pretty useful too.
See ya.
So while I was clearing the room, there weren't any other new enemies, so I've skipped here, just finished this guy, and we'll check on the Dalmatians. So every time we bring back certain amounts of puppies, Pongo and Perdita will give you various items, so that's a bit more incentive to collect all of them, in addition to needing it for the journal and as part of getting the secret ending. We've got another new enemy. The green things there are green Requiems. They will float around and they'll use the cure spell on enemies, so you really want to get rid of those as fast as you can. They will absorb all your offensive spells, so you have to stick with Keyblade attacks for the time being. So to advance the story, we want to head to this gate and use the red trinity on the floor. Alright, new area. Looks like Leon is training, Aerith is watching him, I guess. Let's go look at this chest beforehand. And some more Dalmatians. Let's go talk with Leon. Alright, this is kind of weird. We specifically have to talk to Leon twice. If you don't talk to him that second time, then when you leave, you'll sort of have no real objective, and the game won't advance until you talk with him the second time. Alright, kind of a big info dump there. I noticed that we didn't seal the keyhole here when we beat the guard armor before, so wonder if we'll do that anytime soon. And we got the Earthshine gem. I'm sure that's kind of important, so we'll figure that out. Alright, so cleared this room out again. Let's go talk with Sid. So, as usual, let's just stop on the save point, make sure we've recovered everything. If you didn't go to Merlin's house when we were here the first time, then this is where you would have to. So we have our third new enemy. The blue creature there is called an air soldier. They can do a pretty decent amount of damage for the time being, so just try to get rid of them quickly. All of your attacks are pretty effective, but hitting them can be kind of annoying with how they float around. Otherwise, though, stick with physical attacks, and they have a charging attack you want to be careful of. When you want to advance the story, just head through the flame door and go talk to Merlin.
Come on!
Great, so we got our first summon, Simba. Let's take a look. Down, the bottom option is now summon. There I only have Simba for the time being, but you select them the same way you would select magic from the magic menu. If we take a look in the journal, I went to the wrong section. The character 2 section, we can see the different summons that we'll be getting throughout the game, and they describe what each one specifically does. In case you weren't paying attention to the instructions like I didn't the first time I played this game, I'll be going over how the summons work as we start using them. So we want to leave and go and talk with Sid, see if he has any more information for us.
There you are. What's going on?
Riku!
Hey, cut it out.
I'm not dreaming this time. Right?
I hope not. Took forever to find you.
Riku! Wait a second, where's Kairi?
Isn't she with you? Well, don't worry. I'm sure she made it off the island too. We're finally free. Hey, she might even be looking for us now. We'll all be together again soon. Don't worry. Just leave everything to me. I know this...
Leave it to who?
Sora, what did you...
I've been looking for you, and Kairi too, with their help.
Who are they?
We've visited so many places and worlds, looking for you.
Really? Well, what do you know? I never would have guessed.
Oh, and guess what? Sora's the Keyblade Master.
Who was a Sonic?
What's that mean?
So, this is called a Keyblade?
Huh? Hey, give it back!
Catch.
Whoa. Okay, so you're coming with us, right? We've got this awesome rocket. Wait till you see it.
No, he can't come.
What?
Forget it.
Oh, come on. He's my friend.
I don't care.
Oh, he's gone.
Riku? Nice going. Oh well. At least he's okay. And who knows? Maybe we'll run into Kairi soon, too.
Okay, Riku's alright, so it's good for now. Let's look in this house. I think this is where Sid said he was gonna be. Yeah, there he is. Let's talk with him.
You see, it's just as I told you. While you toiled away trying to find your dear friend, he quite simply replaced you with some new companions. Evidently, now he values them far more than he does you. You're better off without that wretched boy. Now think no more of him and come with me. I'll help you find what you're searching for.
Alright, so if we go back and talk with Sid, we can actually leave this world now and continue a lot of the main story. But we'll eventually have to come back here and ring that bell 3 times. So I'm gonna play out the game the way the story is supposed to be told and just finish this portion of it now. But as usual, I'll tell anyone who's playing for the first time where to go. So if you just want to advance the story now, then you can head through the gizmo shop and go to the roof. Alright, so I'm gonna clear this room as usual, and then I'm gonna head to the gizmo shop. So I'm gonna use my summon in the next mandatory fight, but I'll take the time now to go over how they work again. Both your party members need to be conscious for you to summon. It will take a portion of your MP, similar to you using any of your spells. Most of the summons, your party members will disappear for the time being. The summon will gain its own MP bar, and when that runs out, it'll disappear. You can only summon each individual summon once in a single battle. So that's about it. The other things are more specific to each one, so I'll go over that more as we demonstrate each summon throughout the game. So as I'm climbing up this ladder, I'm gonna preset the summon command. As soon as enemies show up, I will summon Simba for the first time. We got this cool little summoning sequence. So with Simba, I'm gonna hold down the triangle button to use his Proud Roar, and with a full charge, I just took out 8 enemies at once. Simba's Proud Roar is very good at dealing with large groups of enemies. If the attack doesn't defeat them, then it will likely stun them for a couple seconds. So remembering our instructions from earlier, we want to ring this bell 3 times. So I just want to take this time to remind people, if you talk with Merlin, you have the option to go practice magic. So in case you don't want to test out one of your spells or summons in a battle for the first time, you can go practice it against the furniture. Well, it looks like we found Traverse Town's Keyhole. Doesn't look like anything suspicious is gonna happen. But just to be safe, let's check our items and make sure we have whatever we might want. I think I'll be good with just 4 potions for right now. And let's check our abilities. Sora has extra AP. I'm gonna give him the tech boost, so he'll get more tech points on a deflection. Donald doesn't need to be changed. Goofy, we're gonna take off charge and give him rocket, because he may need to do some aerial attacks. So I guess we can go seal this keyhole right now, right? So the guard armor wants a rematch. He doesn't have any new attacks, so just do the same thing he did last time. And you're gonna move into the second phase. So the guard armor is in its second form. This is the opposite armor because it's opposite. Yeah.
Thunder!
Even though this is technically stronger, it attacks a lot slower and it's not as random as the guard armor, so it's a lot easier to deal with. In addition, you have a lot more ways to deal with it. You have 3 different magic spells to attack it with. You have your cure spell. You can use Simba if you want, but it's probably not that effective. You want to attack the pieces the same way as you attack the guard armor. So start with the hands, which are now technically its feet. The things that look like the hands you want to get rid of first. Then go for the things that look like feet, and then the torso will be last. So similar to the first fight, each limb will drop a bunch of health orbs when you defeat it. So if you're low on health, just pick them up. Once it's down to the torso, it has really just one attack. It charges an energy ball that can do a decent amount of damage. It has a bit of a homing effect, but it really shouldn't be too much of an issue. It fires it very slowly. So it looks like we sealed Traverse Town, and we got a new spell, Arrow.
Defense!
Arrow is a defensive spell. It will put a wind barrier around Sora or a party member. As long as that barrier is up, the character will take half damage from anything. So after talking to Sid those 2 times, we can now buy parts for the gummy ship. For right now, I'm going to get the Fire G, which is a stronger engine, and I'm going to buy a Haste G, which will let me accelerate the ship for a brief moment. So we could leave now and go and advance the story more, but since we have a bit of a break, I'm going to go back to Merlin's place, and we're going to check that book out. It doesn't look like there's a ton we can do here, but I guess we'll take a look at this empty meadow.
Sink, 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 sink.
Hi there. What's wrong?
Nothing. Just thinking.
Oh,
I was thinking of how to say goodbye to Pooh.
Pooh?
Yes?
Wait a second. You're Pooh?
Yes, I'm Winnie the Pooh. Pooh for short. Who are you?
I'm Sora.
Oh, hello, Sora. Have you come to say goodbye to Pooh, too?
Well, no. Why would I do that? We've only just met.
Because everyone's gone away.
What do you mean?
Well, we all lived here in the 100-acre wood, and we'd take walks together, or play Pooh sticks. and every day I'd eat some honey. Just one small smackerel would taste very good right now. But now, everyone is gone. All my friends, and my favorite honey tree, too. Everyone must have gone away while I was napping, I think. So, who knows? Maybe I shall end up going away somewhere as well. But I wonder, how do I say goodbye to myself? Think. Oh, my tumbly is getting rather rumbly.
So, we're in the 100 Acre Woods. As you see, my attack option was changed to hit for some reason. There are no actual enemies in this world. It's completely optional, and it's really just a couple different mini-games with a fun little story involved. So we're gonna check inside the house. First we're gonna head behind it, and we're gonna hit the chimney there. And you heard that sound, so, you know, that means we did something.
Oh, bother. There's no more honey left. If only the honey tree would visit. Oh, then I could eat my fill.
So because we hit the chimney outside, we got that Mega Ether. And then if we examine the cabinet, there's something else, and we get an elixir. So, as Al explained to us, there are torn pages that are scattered throughout the game. There's a total of 5 of them, and every time we get one of them, we can complete another section of the 100 Acre Woods. If you find it easier to do all of it once you have all the torn pages, then go for it. I'm going to be doing each section as I get the next torn page. So I don't need to adjust anything with Sora as far as his abilities. Donald got the MP Rage ability, which will recover his MP as he takes damage, so that's very good to have on. And I don't really need to adjust Goofy right now, so I'll leave him the way he is. Alright, we'll take another quick look at the journal. In Chronicles, we have the 100 Acre Woods section, or part of it. Let's look in the Heartless section. So we've got a couple new enemy types. And let's look at the opposite armor. Let's check the puppy section. We're up to 30. Alright, that's filling out. Trinities. We're already up to half of the red Trinities in the game. So I'm gonna quickly save the game. Well, we've done everything we can do in this world for right now, so let's leave. So the Coliseum is now hosting its first tournament that we can enter. We don't have to do it, but it'll help us out a lot if we do. So now there's a new option called Warp Drive. So now, we can skip the gummy mission for any world that we have been to before, which makes the game a lot more enjoyable. So, the different tournament fights work roughly the same way as the preliminaries did, in the sense that the enemies will not drop any items, they won't drop money or health or MP orbs. Make sure you have whatever items you want and set your equipment how you want it. So make sure you have your magic customized the way you want it. And one thing I'm going to do is go into the magic menu and preset the cursor on Blizzard. So this will effectively give me a 4th shortcut spell. That can be a really helpful tip to do as you're going through the game. And talk with Phil when you're ready to enter this first tournament. So the tournament is 9 rounds. You do not get a break in between to recover your health or MP. You're going to solely have to rely on potions, ethers, healing yourself, all of that stuff. You can try out any of the tournaments as many times as you want. So if you lose any of the rounds, don't worry too much about it. But if you try again, you will have to start from the beginning. So all the enemies that show up in this tournament are ones that you've dealt with in the other worlds so far. If you're at least level 15, then it really shouldn't be much of an issue for you. So even though we don't gain any items or money from doing these tournaments, you will constantly be getting experience, so if you ever feel like just leveling up a bit, you can keep competing in these as many times as you want.
Take that! This should help. Nothing to it. Fire!
So, by completing the Fill Cup, we got our first advanced spell, Gravity.
Force!
This is going to make the next world a lot easier. So I'm going to save the game here. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, consider subscribing, leave a comment, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks again. Bye.